Cheers, everybody.
What's up?
Cheers. Cheers, Ryan.
Got your champagne?
Cheers, Ryan.
Clink, clink of it,
Clink.
Cheers, Birdie. Birdie was clutch.
Yeah.
Damn, Ariel, that was pretty epic.
Do you like that?
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
We were
Wait,
both
did we
close
level
together.
Yeah, Ryan, do we level up?
I think we do, Ryan.
Ryan just goes, wait, do we level up?
You all are level 20.
Level
Ariel
20.
says we're
We're
level
on
20.
level 20.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woo!
Fuck yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna do mine when I get home.
Alright, who feels the most prepared for their epilogue?
I don't think mine's going to be very long. So
Yeah.
You want to go ahead?
I can go first.
Sure.
After healing the lifeless prairie, Ellie would go back to the tribe and help take care of the train and raise the new druids that are upcoming and try to bring like peace and just like harmony throughout the different nations and attempt to make sure all of the animals live in harmony with the peoples.
It's a little rough going with the Kingdom of Imran. It takes you a good decade or two, but eventually
Like T-Rex
you start to curb the culture there of supremacy and might is right. The Gramps helps you by incorporating some of this more gentle slave culture that's now free.
I also attempt to plant giant oak trees in all major cities so I can easily
Get to all of them.
be where
You start to pick up as you visit other cultures and places that every nation on the continent, Australia, where Adorath is, near where the largest civilizations are, there's always an ancient oak. And speaking with some of these trees, you learn that there are other ancient oaks in other areas of the world where other civilizations have cropped up. You seek them out, you begin to travel the entire material plane as you learn about them, and start to pick up on a general connectedness. Spreading that.
take field trips.
Awesome.
Their trees.
Alright. We'll just go around the clock now. Percy.
So I have a few things. I am going to help anybody who needs it. If Ellie needs help, going from town to town. If Nori needs help with anything, Tristan, and Raistlin, if Raistlin needs help with his brewery, his boom powder brew, I do that. But I also spend a lot of time. I basically I asked Venice what she wants to do with Corin, and I know that she's gonna want to keep him, and that's fine. I ask it just out of sheer
Courtesy.
courtesy, basically. But I'm also kind of asking to know if she wants more, which I'm fine with. No matter what she says.
So as you start by helping Ellie out, as it's the most immediate restoration project, you start to notice that underneath the cities, these high population areas, Ellie finds these trees and she talks to them. They tell her things, and some don't really make any sense to you. Some of the phrases the tree uses. You pick up, you journal it all, and Percy's with you for a few of them, and you pick up, the tree doesn't know it, but it's speaking thieves' cant in some of its phrases, and you realize that underneath the more developed areas, the roots growing around the sewers and things, there's some connectedness, some channeling of natural energy there. And it seems like one tree in particular on a different continent seems to indicate that the land can approve or disapprove of the guild, if there's a thieves guild there. But it takes centuries for action, centuries for them to influence and curb bad tendencies. So guilds can go bad in a night. Trees can't do anything about it. The land can't do anything about that. But there's no escaping your connection to the nature around you.
I do visit the guild in Thorn Harbor. The leader the person that we left in charge, I have a conversation with him. Things can change for the worst. And I will always be watching over to see if they do.
Yeah. He seems to take it to heart. And they have plenty of nefarious activities, but they seem to maintain a moral compass of sorts. And it seems to align with your own. He doesn't seem to get it right away, but as he gets older and you age with him and check in, eventually you two have semi-comparable stories that you actually have some you can relate. Venice takes your question to heart, and for a while she's happy with Corin. But after about 3 or 4 years, she essentially starts. You guys have children nonstop. for about 10 years, she's never not pregnant. So you have like 12 kids.
Get your own thieves guild now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, true.
Jesus.
All half elves and all highly educated in
Put
the
his hand up the ground.
It's like
very, very well-rounded educations for all of them, as the rest of you.
Even
have knowledge.
even with the income coming in from Wyatt and our ship out of Thorpe Harbor, I kind of start getting an itch. So I go to a Teth, and I ask her if she can make me something, a potion, armor, whatever it is, that completely masks my smell. I also investigate.
I can turn this into a new foot day.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to investigate into if there are any ancient dragons nearest me to Thorn Harbor.
Okay.
We need,
Give me an
we need
give
that
me an
level 21
investigation
shot.
roll.
I told Ariel for my birthday I want to do a level 20 River Syx one-shot. Matt's just setting us up.
When's your birthday?
January 24th.
I can't roll lower than a 10 anyway, so investigation 23.
23. It takes you years, and you have so many interruptions from the kids trying to investigate, trying to come back. There's always a problem. Eventually, you find word of a extremely arrogant chromatic dragon.
What color?
Unknown.
What I'd like to do is after getting the potion that, or whatever that masks my smell from a Teth, along with the skeleton key, I would make my way to the dragon's lair, along with the gate stone.
By yourself?
You know what?
With the 23, you know this is not, even at your skill level, this is something you're going to need the whole team for.
It is not to be truffled with.
Yep.
To Michael Scott.
Through conversation with my friends, they know what I want to do.
Okay.
We'll just leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a level 21 shot. I'm going to give you a shit ton of information that you can gather the party with.
Yeah.
Because I want to roleplay this conversation. I'm not gonna lie. You want us to do
It'll
what?
happen. We'll do it for Jill's. We'll do it for Jill's birthday. You guys are gonna
you hear that, Ryan?
You guys are gonna go invade a dragon yard. We might even be able to get Zanifi in on it.
Hell yeah.
All right, Tristan.
Yeah. Tristan, finding out he's gonna be a dad, goes to Percy and asks him to be the godfather of the kid. Because out of the guys he knows, he's probably the one that could do the least amount of damage to a child.
I will interject, and at this point, Percy has no kids.
Yeah.
Except for Corin.
Oh, I know. This is before then.
Yep.
And Percy would remark, what, just because I have money?
No, because he would get him out of trouble if he got into trouble.
I mean, are you sure about that?
I was going to say, do you really think Nori would forgive you if the kid got in trouble and you didn't do anything
At
else?
this point, Percy just full on hugs him, gives him a kiss on the cheek, and says, of course I'm going to be the godfather.
Yep. And then he will be helping Raistlin's brewery out by training his cooks and coming up with some good menus and all that stuff, so that way we can get some nice dinner, get that restaurant brewery going
Hell
up.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm there helping out
Making me
too.
hungry.
We need to go to a brewery with food.
You're gonna have to make boom burgers.
Oh yeah!
Hell yeah.
That's amazing.
Just don't
What
have
is that?
you can't have an open flame though.
It's got a black powder cocaine ale.
Ew, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, the restaurant's amazing, but they keep going through cooks. Why?
Amazing.
But no, then he's gonna talk to his mom and sister and gather the remaining.
Oh.
Let me interject you there.
Yeah.
I have
others come on, say
an Elsa speech for Nori.
Oh.
Oh.
Am I in trouble?
No. Shortly after you get back, you two do seem happy. And Elsa can't help but grin. She pulls you aside into the hot tub room of the keep.
Awkward.
Disrobes and begins undressing you and gestures to the hot tub and sits.
This is getting into some weird shit right
Is
here.
it a
Elsa.
water birth or what's happening?
I didn't think we were that far along yet.
Sure, why not?
Elsa likes Nori.
Maybe I'm using Tristan.
She is. Elsa thinks Nori is right
Just
for
let it
you.
go.
Let it go, right?
Damn it, Elsa.
She
I think
says.
Indiana Jones was it.
She says, "I can see behind the smile on your face, and it's okay to be afraid, especially when you've been hurt. I've been there. You see, I know your hurt can't be healed with magic, or a potion for that matter. Your hurt can only really be healed with time. So take your time. You heal. Really heal. Nori, there's always going to be another quest. There's always going to be another adventure. But the world will only have the privilege of knowing you once. And personally, I'm just glad you're here. Despite all you've been through, you're still here. And I'm proud of you. She gives you a naked hug. And she pulls a bottle.
Is it dildo?
No.
Wow! That's where Jill goes.
Yeah.
They're naked.
It was just so she wouldn't start crying, I know that. But out from behind the hot tub, she pulls out a jug. It's got X, L'Oreal X. And it is highly aged dwarven ale from Valadar. And she says, "We are finishing this tonight."
It's the good stuff.
She says, "Don't worry." She pulls out a little vial. It won't hurt the baby.
Not my ale.
It is more ale
Yeah.
from
Is it?
Valadar. It's Marana's ale, but she gives you a vial of vitality that
Okay.
will negate any effects that might hurt the baby. So you can get drunk pregnant.
Jill yells, "Let's get fucked up." Yeah, I get naked, drunk with my boyfriend's mom while
Yeah.
pregnant in a hot tub.
Why not?
Because he'll only live once.
She tells you all the stories.
All the things you shouldn't do, you do.
At some point, I feel like we're just naked, wet, stumbling through the keep, drunk as fuck.
You go try to find snacks.
Yeah, definitely
The
snacks.
cooks are there.
Yeah,
They know
yeah, I'm
you
just
guys have all
stumbling
come back
around.
from a long, arduous journey, so they're constantly throughout the entire night as you guys wander down in the middle of the night for snacks. There's plates
You
of
and Mom. I'm
freshly
not
cooked meat.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying Tristan's not there.
That definitely happens.
Yeah, the dwarven ale is strong.
Oh,
and
it's delicious,
It is
too.
a fun night.
Yeah.
Tristan, you may continue.
Okay.
What did it miss?
You just missed that.
Well, definitely. I'm grabbing Raistlin
He said
and
he gets
Percy
sisters
while they're doing
together
that.
and
I pull out my expensive scotch and
Make
I'm
sure
like, well,
everyone's
we
safe.
made it.
And then Elsa pulled Nori aside.
And we all
For
take
who?
it.
For
The guys.
The guy wrestling and
Yeah, so
Daniel.
we're all just like, we did it, guys.
Yeah.
This
I
is a
definitely-
toast afterwards
Yeah,
when we
then we
get
did
back.
after.
Yeah, while she's getting naked drunk with my mom. I'm getting the guys together and we're drinking that scotch bottle.
nice. Is that
I-
over there?
Sleight of
You
hand.
should invite
Hey,
I'm
Ellie.
definitely
Hold on.
not in the
Oh.
hot tub with Mom.
No.
Ellie.
So
Ellie.
Ellie's
Ellie
with the
drinks.
boys.
Come on,
Ellie
Ellie.
drinks.
I
Sleight.
imagine
You guys
Ellie
are all
has,
like, "Where's Nori?" And Tristan's like, "She can't drink right now. It's
I
fine."
imagine Ellie has thrown as many animals out of her bag as she can.
Oh, I'm just like, my
Every
mom's
day.
got her corner. I feel
Every
sorry
day,
for
there's
her.
just
Every day there's 3 animals running around.
Yeah.
Almost for the first time, by the way. But sleight of hand.
You need to roll for
Yeah,
You
you
can-
It's
succeed.
a 27.
yeah.
I have shit perception.
that. Insight. Or not insight.
No, 27 for the sleight of hand. It's you.
It's not even close.
You
Yeah.
look at the drink and it's empty. Percy says, "What? Aren't you gonna pour me a drink?" It happens the entire night.
Are you drinking them?
Yes. And for the first time,
Constitution save.
First time probably ever, you see Percy really let loose and get drunk.
After 5, I need a con save.
Aura's off. I can turn that on or off.
That's a straight.
Your call, you don't know.
Yeah.
That's a straight 11. For
Well, I'm not in.
casting.
I'm not in combat, so I'm not having.
So
it
on the
off
6th
right now.
strength, you sleight of hand it and down it, and you don't even see his hand move. You see it. You just see his hand do this, like he's shaking it, and then
Oh
and
no.
he's like another one.
Oh no.
I think you've had enough,
That
friend.
feeling is all too familiar.
How about some
I'm just gonna.
reach
I'm
over-
gonna.
some water?
I reach over and pour some of my flask in there that gives like rations. Like,
Rations or
it'll give
inspiration?
2 rations. No, like just regularly.
Oh, get
It's
a little
just-
food in
It
there.
tastes like juice.
Yeah.
But it's
I give him some. I give him some of that. I give you some of that digestive fruit that I
So,
have and all that stuff.
There's
to
some
help.
salivation going on.
So
I'm like,
Percy,
Do you got some food or?
Yep.
she gives you the ration
Yeah.
flask. You
Yeah.
drink
It's a
that and it
flask,
fills
so
you
you
up.
think
You feel a
it's-
bit better.
Yeah.
So you with another drink, another con save, the DC
And I
is
give him
lower.
like this root that I have. I'm like, here.
I'm
this
not
helps.
gonna be stupid about it, but
Raistlin,
if I
make
get
him
to
feel-
that point, I'll slow down. I won't slide of hand
All right.
do that anymore.
Last con save.
Ryan, make him puke.
Ray of
Do something.
sickness.
Just punch him in the gut.
Ray of Syx.
Ray of
Oh, flask of inspiration also because I'm a bad bitch. That was a 15, by the way. 15 plus 3 is 18.
No problem. You feel full and you're a little better. You start yapping your head off. You
Yeah.
start talking about Thorn Harbor and how you were an orphan and off the streets, and then you had a gambling ring and
Yeah, you guys know all of everything.
Oh, yeah, you're planning.
yeah.
No, that I had like
You
that we
spend
went through.
you spend a weird amount of time talking about how you and Venice met,
Yeah.
and Venice is there, and she's like, "Most of that's true."
She was like this beautiful girl that I just always looked at from afar, and then eventually I went and talked to her.
Does
It was
it-
the most awkward fucking thing ever.
Slowly fade into just like, and I really just love you guys.
Yes.
I'm so,
Yeah,
But I have to ask
I'm
what the
so
Venice.
happy we made it.
I just have to
I'm so
ask-
glad.
into Jill.
I have to
It
ask
fades
him
into
about the
that.
Venice thing. Does he actually go as far as to describe their first time having sex with each other and all that stuff? Like,
No.
Yeah, he's that drunk.
Not with an 18. I think
I had to
food,
ask.
He's settled himself. He's happy to talk about it, but he's still in charge of his faculties.
I mean, for sure,
So,
Katrina and Nori
anything
seeing
else,
that with
Tristan?
Elsa.
Yes.
So happy.
I talked to my later on. I talked to my aunt, sister, and mom, and be like, I'm planning on burying uncles, or my brother's sister, my other sister. No, I had 4 brothers, right? 3 brothers, 1 sister,
Yeah.
and then like just bury the rest. Like give them like they went through a lot. I wasn't there for them. They deserve a good rest.
They're of course on board, and they help you.
Yeah.
And through
We find a nice spot.
over
for
the
them.
course of a year, you do that, and you also find you decide to go back to the temple of the Oni Lich.
Yeah, where the
Orith,
yeah.
and through with the skull that was destroyed and investigating a few more areas and hidden areas, you find
I would be there with him, helping him.
you help him.
Yeah.
And the two of you unlock a door with your key, your skeleton key that reveals the. It's a bit creepy and a bit odd, but it's undisturbed remains of your father. It's fucked up, but his head is like his skull was teleported out, and his face and all the skin is dead and sagged down. But he's there, intact and able to be buried as well.
Yep. We just give him proper burial. I would like to set up. There's a lot of bad memories at home, but I know this place needs to be defended, so I start getting some people and setting up a new guild of monster hunters that's not family run, but definitely there. Like, this place needs to be protected. I'll train you. I will train you guys with the initial skills. Be smart. Know your enemy.
You get a lot of good volunteers, people who really want to do good.
Yep.
The weirdest part is that the butcher
Oh yeah, the weird butcher dude.
joins up. And every single training session, he says, "Kill some monsters.
Oh.
Kill some monsters." Every day. And he trains, and he's fucking good. but he only uses a cleaver. And you'd be battling him with a big battle axe. And he's got crazy decks. He knocks the battle axe around and gives a cut. And he's good.
Yeah.
Very creepy. Does not know how to talk to people or anything, but he's the most promising candidate.
I didn't realize that was his great value.
I would be there to keep up my skills with Raistlin. But not only that, if Tristan wanted me to train the people that he wanted to train, I would be there for him too.
Yeah.
So would I be there with you?
I believe so. If you heard what I'm doing, you would volunteer. I wouldn't say no.
Or at least come in for certain
sort of like
trainings and stuff.
like
bounce around. I mean, you help Ellie out with some of these.
You're very
trees
good at
and stuff.
dodging, so that's
She
very good with that.
transports
These
Takes
people
you where you wanna go.
these people are my family.
Yeah.
To
I
me.
would have a tree there.
To Percy, these people are my family, so I would be there,
Alligator?
hands down, right now.
I imagine none of you would spend more than a
Go to
couple of months
Sabrina.
from each other.
Yeah, no.
Go to Sabrina.
And he wants to do that and make sure whatever his mom, aunt, and sister want to do, if they want to keep the family business going and all that stuff.
Sure.
So if I was there by this butcher guy, what kind of vibe would I get from him? Like, insight check wise.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
He's creepy as fuck.
So he's just like,
It's.
I rolled a natural 18.
So did I.
My insight is plus 15, which makes it a 33.
His is
so
plus
is
4.
Ariel.
Yeah, it's the same.
33.
You have
This is-
stats
this is
for this
AS.
cleaver butcher?
He's not deceiving you. This is the creepy ass butcher.
You have stats for him?
Yeah.
Jesus.
The
It's terrifying.
a lot could have gone wrong in that town.
This guy
We
scares
kind of
me.
blitzed that town, to be honest.
With that insight check, he's not all there. He's he's chaotic. Chaotic neutral. Doesn't seem to care who's in charge, but he likes killing things and he likes taking the skin off things.
Oh, so he's
And-
dating a halfling
Like an
named
edgy
Jazz.
kind of
And he's not
Buffalo Bill?
definitely not evil. He would
Yeah.
never
I
hurt
think they're
someone just to
dating.
hurt him.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, they
someone
definitely hate
says
fuck
the
each
wrong thing to
other.
him, which could be
Yeah.
anything, people fucked him up.
He also has a
So-
girlfriend who's a halfling named Jasmine, and they hate fuck each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Never look at each other during.
No.
So, I would have a conversation with Tristan and I would tell him, okay, so this guy's not all there, but he doesn't seem like he would actually hurt an innocent person. He just needs direction.
Alright.
Go ahead.
We'll go ahead and stop there
Yeah.
because that is probably going to come up with the dragon hunt. This guy's back, going to be back.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go ahead and move to.
I was
you
going to say,
have
I'm
to
still
finish.
going. I've just been having a few interruptions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's gotta
Let's
go.
stop interrupting him, guys. Come on.
And then,
Yeah, Elsa.
and then finally, probably he would want to find a nice spot, like a nice scenic area with a big tree in the back, so people can come visit and all that stuff. And he would build a nice, good-sized log home
In
for
the
him.
lifeless prairie.
That's kind of where I was thinking, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Over the years,
Yeah.
there's basically
Under
what's.
Ellie's tree.
It spreads from the middle and encroaches from the outside,
Yep.
and there is over about 5 years. There's just about a mile ring of just dead. But
Yeah, under Ellie's tree by
Yeah.
the lake.
Yeah, and he would be building a nice home to raise his kids, his two kids, his oldest daughter and his younger son. He would also, before the daughter is born, find this one a blink corgi, to something to get her used to taking care of something that's super needy and
we'll see if
strong
that happens.
will.
Right, that's also going to be on the Dragon Quest.
Oh,
all right, and then you just kind of
So
slowly.
go to the Fey.
Plus
Well,
while she's pregnant.
huh?
yeah. When are we going on this quest?
Going on the
That's
quest.
Yeah, because I said I get the dog before the first kid's
So,
born.
I would probably
You said
get
you
the
get the dog
itch
before
about
what?
6
Well,
kids
gives
in.
birth.
Oh, sure. Hey,
You what?
do you want to quest pregnant or not? Do you want to play a different character? You can decide later.
So
Well, she won't let him
No,
or
no, no, no,
them
no, no.
go without
No,
it.
no.
So yeah, I'll be
I,
pregnant.
here's the thing.
Morning sickness.
Percy would
Every morning,
about
can't
6
save.
kids in would be like,
Tristan just
I
stand here.
gotta pay for all these kids to do a bunch of
Why?
shit. And then he would think to himself, wait, we got a bunch of gold and stuff from this green dragon that we killed.
Mm-hmm.
What if I stole a horde from a adult, like a grand dragon?
In
Mhm.
that case, baby's born because he said 6 kids. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
So we would have.
That's
like,
about the
40.
time.
Yeah, Blink Corgi.
We would have it.
We would probably have our 2 kids.
Alright.
Yeah.
We'll do the blink corgi at the beginning.
Yep.
We'll fast forward.
Yeah.
And then, just kind of retires the weapon and just kind of lives a nice, simple life, checking in on these guys, willing to break out stuff. And,
Adventures come, adventures go. Nothing that matches this, but
yeah,
Ellie.
no, and
eventually,
enjoys these guys the moment.
Ellie has a thing.
Ellie?
For each baby birth, I give some small creature to the child.
Yes. Baby
Yeah.
That
creature.
like helps like watch over it.
Yeah.
Oh my
and save
goodness,
the
so
time.
cute.
Yep.
Like a squirrel or a bunny or
Yep.
something small.
I need a quick wisdom check.
Yeah.
Do it.
Ellie,
Yeah.
you know every single one of my kids because I bring them around you.
Yeah,
Bill, what are you doing?
I love them. We just play.
So they know
play
nature.
with sticks in the yard.
Yeah.
I bring them around you so they know nature.
I fight. We
Yeah.
fight with sticks in the
Yeah.
Yeah,
yard.
I just enjoy the. Pretty much to sum it up, I just enjoy the time I have being
21.
human among
21.
long-lived people and just want to enjoy the time and
so
make sure
the-
everybody's
Teddy's still
set up
inside,
and all that
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah. So each
Nice part.
kid gets a creature that matches its personality.
Yeah, I wouldn't give
and,
any of them the same.
And with a 21,
she
you're
said
exceptionally
Richard's
good at it.
personality.
Oh,
And so
so you get ciphers?
Yeah, great
you
player.
you match them perfect. If it ever comes up,
I
you know,
I
in
guess
other
we say
games or
adopt
something,
first.
the kid has
Son was
I-
first.
animal
I
companion
wanted
that
out of
perfectly
people.
helps it in every situation of its life.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
some place that it's maybe deficient, like a quiet kid, you
Death
get a
Trade,
puppy.
by the way.
What?
That
Death Trade.
and
Yeah.
you bestow life upon it, so the puppy lasts and
Oh, it's
lives
that?
its entire life.
Yeah, because it's the.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
that.
the.
And the kid who always needs help focusing on things has a squirrel. And the squirrel gets his attention and then taps on like papers or whatever he needs to pay attention to, and like
Yeah.
it helps him. Like if you focus on the squirrel, you focus on this. Helps him out.
Yes, so just.
So all the
But
creatures.
like knowingly, when they're born,
Yes.
look at this creature that's a problem. I'm gonna helping them in the future.
Each kid that's born, Ellie, you know, holds it, gets a sense,
Right.
and then
You get that.
through deep animal speech, just
Probably
mentally
like communicate
focus.
with nature or something.
And the animal that you want to be with this child just comes in and crawls up on your shoulder, and you introduce it to.
Yeah.
I-
All right. If
Nori.
if,
That's-
if,
yeah, I'm
if
done.
Nori and
Just
Ellie
that's my
weren't there
retirement
for every
don't
one
host.
of my childbirths, I'd be
I would
pissed.
say
I'd
this
really be
person's
pissed.
probably the stay-at-home dad because she has the more important thing. He's fine being the stay-at-home dad, taking care of the
Oh.
kids.
Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom.
He's just
With a young Taliesin Jaffe in that movie.
Yep.
Trist Mom.
Yeah,
Trist Mom.
yeah, Taliesin Jaffe's in that Mr. Mom.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I want my movie.
All right, Nori. After the naked hot tub.
After naked hot tub.
What
I'm
happened?
hungover for like 3 days.
Yeah. But you're not
Because the potion of vitality.
Exactly.
But
You're
I
still
sleep.
morning
I
sick.
definitely sleep for 3 days though, because
After-
tired,
yeah.
everything. It's terrible.
And what wakes you up is the beginning of your morning sickness. It starts.
Oh, good. Con save every morning.
No concept.
Oh,
You just give up.
God.
All right, roleplay first trimester, now second
That's
trimester.
fair. I agree with that.
I am
You
going
can't roll high
to. The first thing I'm gonna do is like definitely bond with Tristan's family and my mother, like his aunt, his sister, and his mother and my mother, and like kind of like get us all closer together. And basically, we're gonna start like a monthly wine club that we like all get together and like hang out and gossip and drink. Because we do that.
This is how wrestling got
You
into
see-
the wine business.
You see, every month, whenever you get together with Elsa, she pulls out vitality. She's like,
I count on her for it.
she's like, ain't nothing happening to my grandchild.
Yep.
Ever.
So we do a monthly wine club. I set my mother up. I give her the option.
Ellie's there.
Yes, Ellie
Ellie.
definitely is invited. Hell yeah.
Of my travels, I bring exotic wines.
Mhm.
Yes, Ellie always supplies
Me
the
and
booze.
Percy are
She's
trying to figure out how to
traveling
put
across the
Cradle
entire
together,
material
like-
plane.
Yes.
So she brings some wines
This
that
was
are
here.
Yeah.
And then
some
these
are
go there?
really good.
Yeah.
Some are whoa.
Yeah, we take of the ones who are not great, the ones that aren't great. We just take small sips and like leave Ellie to just chug.
That's when I go to the vault and grab like
There-
100 gold.
Ellie, you pick up on
Build
the
this.
finer notes
Yeah,
of
this is
these. What they
good.
consider disgusting wines, they're you take a sip,
Yeah.
take a big sip, you glug,
Yeah.
and you get a taste of the land where it was made.
Yeah.
You
the
taste
dirt,
individual
grass.
flowers.
Ah,
You can identify a
Excellent
specific
vintage.
individual bee that brought pollen to this flower.
Yeah, she's like describing it to us, and we're all like,
And you
Yeah, it's
guys are
great.
like, this tastes like tar.
yeah, like,
And Ellie's like, it's so complex.
yeah. She's like super into
Yeah.
it.
She knows like the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like vintage, and we're like, what does that
Yeah.
mean? Like Ellie's there to like really savor the wine. We're like, we're just here to drink.
The bee that delivered the pollen, you know it's Queen's name.
And then
Beyonce.
I'm going to ask my mother if she would like to stay at the keep or move back to her home in Turberry.
Brother says, with Elsa, you can see when you ask that at one of the monthly wine get-togethers, she
Wine
says,
club.
Wine club. She sort of huffs Nori, and she looks over at Elsa, and Elsa nods at her,
Oh
and
my
they
God.
hold hands, and they say,
Oh my god, it's an intervention.
"We just want,
They're hooking
Be
up.
They're
close.
lesbians.
we just want you to keep the baby safe, and if you need to go, you can. Just when the baby's born, we will take care of it."
Inside check for lesbians?
I'm rolling inside.
Okay, I'm rolling it.
Wait, who was the other person who's talking to?
Both
My
of our
mother-
moms.
Yeah, our moms.
Your mom and
I'm
all.
I was
proficient.
gonna say, is this a Greasy and Frank situation?
I was confused because at first I thought she was talking about
19. I want them to be in love. I want them to be in love.
roll for it.
I want this to happen.
Uh,
What is happening? I need more.
yeah, your mom is bad at hiding emotions.
Oh, fuck off.
And as they hold hands and they talk to you, and you're like looking at them, you give them a little head cock, and
I'm reading them.
They has
we
approved.
just want to be here to protect the baby, and if there's anything you need.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks over at Elsa, and Elsa looks over at her,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes, "We'll do it."
Wow.
Totally in love.
Hell yeah!
I take this moment, I'm like, gather your thoughts, gather your thoughts, gather your thoughts. Oh my god, so many thoughts. What? What'd you say?
Yeah.
your brother.
Yeah, I'm his
In-law.
This is so awkward.
stepbrother.
Yeah.
And cue porn was made. And
Yeah.
There's
I've
so
seen the
much
memes.
incest shit. Oh my god. And we were worried we were related.
Alright, Cersei.
Alright.
I give them both a big hug, and I give them kisses, and I'm like, I trust you
By
guys.
the way, you
I
know this
love you
before I
guys.
do?
Yep. And I'm gonna say whatever makes you both happy, no matter what. Tristan and I are on your side, and you can watch the baby as much as you want, And then before I walk away, though, I'm going to ask Elsa if she has another potion of vitality.
She opens her robe, exposing her left breast, and hands it to you. And then
I know.
And then she tosses off her robe
Oh God, it's
completely, and she says, "Finally!" And she grabs your mother and drags her into the hot tub room.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, bye. And I walk away, chug the potion of vitality, grab a bottle of scotch, and I go up to Tristan and I'm drinking out of it, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Our moms are doing it in a hot tub right now. And I take another big swig.
And we'll move to Raistlin.
Wait, I have a little more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then we're gonna live in the house in the Lifeless Prairie.
Once it's built.
I feel it would be after the dragon adventure.
It's a work in
It
progress.
takes a good year or so for the house to be built.
Because it's a good sized house. Like good sized bedroom.
Yeah.
Library.
Baby's born.
Percy would put his money into it being protected.
Yeah.
Warden.
Legit protected.
But just,
Teth comes out regularly casting magical wards in the
Yep.
house.
Yeah.
It is an absolute fortress.
I am going to. Is that?
Zanifi.
Oh.
Salmon.
I'm
Ah.
going to.
Yay!
Totally lost my train of thought. Oh, I definitely take like a part-time summer job as a guidance counselor at an all-cleric camp. And I teach the young clerics how to be good clerics. But there's some like particular dragonborns that are not feeling me, but I'm like trying to win their affection. Yeah, and that's kind of it. Except at some point I'm gonna look at Tristan and I'm just gonna look at him and go, I think our moms are gonna get married before us.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
I forgot about that.
That's it. That's
You gotta put a
it.
ring on it.
Dragon
I do
Adventure.
this to
Cue that song.
Dragon Adventure.
Yeah.
If I give you, you say that as I'm gonna get corgi, play corgi.
I'll take the corgi. I'm like mad, but I'm like, I'll still take this.
and then it teleports back into my hands because it's
Oh,
playing
damn
corgi.
it. Fucking hell. Seen both of our moms too naked too often for this.
There's a hot tub. You've all seen Percy naked in the hot tub.
There is no
Many
hot tub.
times.
We are not building a hot tub at this place.
Oh, yes,
I imagine nowhere you guys live will ever have a hot tub ever again.
Oh, yes, we are.
After that,
Remember, one of the hot tubs in the keep is pure holy water.
I'm just saying.
Remember?
Holy hot tub time machine.
No,
Yeah.
we are building
She
a hot
had to cast. You guys had to need like a little bit of hot holy water, and
Yeah.
she's like, "I'll
For
just
the
do the hot tub."
for the skulls.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That is exactly what you did, yes. It's a holy hot tub.
It is.
I forgot about that.
We'll
Yeah.
be holy after Elsa and Bree use it.
So both of your mothers made righteous love in the holy hot tub.
Righteous!
Yeah, righteous scissoring.
You went there, And yeah, we're totally having a hot tub.
You don't know.
funny.
So you teach
Jesus.
at the all cleric.
I'll try
Camp.
to make it like a hot
Yeah.
spring.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be like a hidden bamboo
Yeah.
one, with the one where you see
Hot spring.
the one where you see like the monkeys in there and all that stuff in like Japan.
The cleric camp is off in the harbor, outside of Thorn Harbor, but on the coast,
Yep.
kind of where you guys parked the boat once with Ducky and them. A
kids.
camp is built up for all clerics, and the temple priests help you make it, and it's called No Temptation Nation.
Oh wow!
And everyone, it's a teenage. All the teenagers get together and they bunk up. It's separated by gender and.
Shut up.
I-
I'm super pregnant while I work there too.
Yeah.
I've
I'm
been,
super pregnant.
I've been to church camps. You know,
I'm like,
it's,
what up, super pregnant? My moms are lesbians. Hey-oh.
Just answer
So-
Peru.
Welcome to church.
So
Welcome to
you
church.
She's the cool counselor.
yeah. All the priests are teaching about like sin
Abstinence.
this, sin this, sin that. Abstinence is the way.
She's the
And
one
then-
hot American summer.
Nori comes in a couple of times per summer, always
With a
pregnant.
potion of vitality.
Hey, I
She's
said,
got
I
a
said
bo-
2 kids.
She's got a bottle of whiskey and a potion of vitality. She down.
Don't worry, my mother-in-law
Yeah.
taught me this.
And she's
After
like-
she banged my mom.
Yeah, she's like, my mom banged my mom, and she goes off on lesbian tirades.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
Oh
said
my
2
God,
kids.
yes.
I said
Yes.
2 kids.
2 kids.
Can be themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
She teaches kids about individuality and being yourselves.
Don't be afraid to do you.
It pisses off all the other counselors, but every time you come in and still whiskey bottle in hand, getting drunk while pregnant,
I'm a mess.
as soon
I never drank this much.
as
No!
soon
Elsa's fault.
as soon as they start lecturing a kid, you just like you do your
I
recall.
went sober at the
AS
store, I'm like,
AS whispers in your head, it's happening again, and you just stop it.
Mace to the face.
honey, I think you
Makes
have a
the
drinking
face.
problem. I'm worried.
All right.
Powder. That's too much.
Now
Yeah.
we will move to
Just gotta go home one
Raistlin.
night after that
who
drunk.
has
I'm
been,
just taking the kids to your place. Like, all right, we gotta get out of
Sadly
here,
watching
Mom.
over all of them. I don't know if he's tried to speak up or not. We can't hear her, but
I've been building ideas off what everybody else.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Update
Let me.
on Teddy, he's moved to laying down next to the sidewalk in the grass.
And
Can we have a lesbian mom wedding though too? Can that be a
absolutely.
thing?
At the
That
end
needs
of the
to be-
dragon thing.
Well, when's our wedding gonna happen?
I don't know.
We have a
but-
joint
I don't
wedding.
know.
Joint wedding.
We'll. I don't know.
You guys can
Email
have
me
a
about it.
second round of epilogue once Raistlin is done.
Yeah, I was gonna say at some point.
We don't know what Raistlin's gonna do. We might blow something up.
Yeah. Wait, ruin everyone
That went
else.
up my nose.
All right, Raistlin.
So, Raistlin, first order of business when he gets back to the keep is he, needs to get his brewery going, and so he decides that he's going to build his own building to house his brewery, and so he contemplates different places, different locations for the brewery, and decides that the only real logical place to build the brewery is around the oak tree that Ellie planted out front of the keep. And so he builds a square building that is open in the center. And so the whole inside of the building is like an open area with bars and tables and seats, but it's open to the sky in the middle.
Multiple
oak tree in the
shops,
center.
food like a Chinese food market.
Right, yeah. So and this way Ellie is only ever a teleport by tree away from going to the brewery and having a drink.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love
Awesome.
it. Love it.
She's there at least once a week.
Love it.
Yeah.
During the construction of the brewery, Raistlin has a painting commission. It's a giant painting that's going to go on the wall of the brewery, and he decides to reveal it during the grand opening of the brewery.
We're all
And
there.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so yeah, everyone's there for the grand opening of the brewery. Everyone, is invested in the brewery, helping out and everything. And so once the party gets really rolling for the night, Raistlin hushes everybody down, says that he wants to reveal the painting that he had commissioned, and he unveils the painting. And before he unveils it, he says that. So a few nights after our defeat of the big bad
Zala.
Zala, we all came back to the keep and had quite a night of celebration. And I don't remember a whole lot from that night. But there is one thing that I do remember, and this is it. And he unveils the painting, and it is a picture of Nori and Tristan's mom naked, riding my rhinoceros through the halls of the keep. With all the guys in the background drinking scotch.
Tristan will admit he doesn't remember this either. He looks at Nori and just goes, "I have so many questions."
I'm just laughing. I can't contain it. My moods are all over. I'm just laughing.
The moms,
Percy-
the moms are there for this.
Percy goes,
I, like, can't
that's
believe
why
that's
there
not
was a
it."
bunch of shit in the house.
What, and you said riding your rhinoceros. Do you mean your dinosaur?
Yeah. Sarah.
I'm sorry, not my Stegosaurus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah, Sarah.
Ooh, the
Yeah.
Stegosaurus with the.
It's a Triceratops.
Oh, Triceratops.
Oh yeah, it's
sorry.
Triceratops.
Triceratops.
That's better.
I like
Stegosaurus,
Stegosaurus
that
with
would-
the plates.
How does that work? Side sound?
Okay.
No, yeah, my
Because I
Triceratops.
named it Sarah.
I don't want anyone to have any disillusions here, but I'm absolutely having this commissioned.
Shut up.
I have the details.
I got a girl
I
I
have
can
sample
hook you up
artwork
with.
already.
Yeah, Percy
It's getting
Percy,
made.
Percy would definitely look at
Shut up,
Raistlin and be
Monica.
like, that's why there was shit in the house? It wasn't because of his
wasn't his Pegasus?
Pegasus?
Pegasus is in the stables, man.
Pegasus also
That's on you,
shits
dude.
bread. The shit's totally edible bread.
When the painting's unveiled,
And
I
you
look at
should've-
Raistlin
you
and I
should've
start
known about
laughing,
the
and then I
size of
lean
it
over to
too,
Elsa
man.
and Bree and I go, "You guys look good."
And Percy goes,
Your mom is like, and Elsa's like,
Percy goes, Raistlin, you need to apologize to the staff because they're the ones who had to clean that up.
I am gonna say that Raistlin probably would have brought some of the zombies back,
To clean
still
up.
animated, to clean up after the party. If Raistlin's okay with
I
that.
just keep gentle reposing his zombies so they keep cleaning and like
Yeah.
stay like so they don't rot. They're like servants.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Nori keeps your zombies from smelling bad with gentle repose.
Every 10 days I'm like, come
Yep.
here, come here.
Yep. And this is why he has a cleric on staff at the brewery, just to make the
as
meat
you're
stay
like-
longer.
If you're like, come here, to cast gentle repose on them, they come over you with a feather duster, they're like,
So awesome.
Oh yeah.
what's the name of the brewery?
Yeah.
In the lifeless prairie around the oak.
No, it's by the keep.
Oh, it's by,
Around
it's
that
by
oak.
the keeper.
Around that oak.
No,
Yeah.
the Iron
I
Shark.
figure that way, whoever's living out on the Lifer's Prairie at that tree, you can just teleport back and forth to the brewery through
Sure.
the tree. And,
Oh, we have word of recall. We can go right to the keep.
Yep.
From the, like,
Okay,
distillery.
so Ryan, just to clarify, you did make it around the oak in Ironshire.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Got it.
no, not in Ironshire. Yeah.
So if you do that, I thought you were talking about the lifeless prairie. So Glow Kindle helps you out extensively.
That's amazing.
And hooks you up with all of his gigantic barrel makers.
Cheers,
And Boom Brew becomes the staple. And you're able to make so much that it's not
Especially after losing
it's
their
not a
previous
craft
jobs.
brew. It's I say
It's
this
a grease
with
and Frank
love.
situation.
It's the Coors Light of Adarath that it's affordable. It's what everyone drinks because there's so much of it. But it's the flavor never changes. Glow Kindle adamantly there's several bureaucrats that come in and admonish you for the expensive ingredients you use and stuff, including Brickta, which is in charge of the Council of Ironshire, keeps trying to get you to use cheaper ingredients, but you and Glow Kindle push back, and you guys have Adarath is known worldwide, material plane wide, for the best standard brew that you can possibly have,
You can't come this way.
Well, yeah, she's parking now.
That's why.
and it is Boom Brew.
Hell
Boom.
yes.
So after Raistlin gets the brewery up and running and has the big opening celebration stuff, he decides that he's gonna if the brewery's gonna be this big and this popular, he's gonna have to have more varieties, and so he's going to spend a good portion of his time when he's not working at the brewery going off and apprenticing under I can't remember his name now. The guy that gave him the boom.
Can
The-
you play Marana right now?
The guy,
Not Vulcan.
F.
no, it's G. The guy who
Vulcan
gave
though?
him the boom brew or the boom.
Not Grappling.
Graflin.
Grappling.
It is
Graflin.
Graflin.
Yeah.
You're right, Ryan.
Yes.
I go to Grappling and tell him, the situation that I not only do I love explosives, but I also like wanna incorporate more ingredients into my brewery, and so I would love to apprentice under him.
Over the course of a year, he introduces you to 12 new explosive ingredients that are fine on their own and taste different when mixed with certain things, but mixed with other certain things. Like you could, one of your most recent craft brews after 2 years, your most recent craft brew tastes amazing, but if mixed with a little bit of water and poison, it becomes a you throw nitroglycerin and it just explodes. It becomes a percussive ignition poison cloud.
I'm going to interject because Percy would be there to help you out with whatever you want to help. So Percy,
Nori's your kids.
Percy would also throw in a mango flavor.
Percy throws in a mango flavor.
And this is the thing that really.
Okay. I'll stop you there. Percy, through his travels with Ellie in other continents, discovers the mango.
Yes.
And brings it back. This is a luscious fruit that you bite into, and the juice runs down your mouth, and you somehow taste it outside your face, and it's so good. And you end up making a couple of different mango brews, incorporating it in, but you also make a mango explosive beer when mixed with salt water. Becomes basically jet fuel, so you could throw a match in it, it'll go out. But if you aerosolize it into a cloud, it becomes what is it called? A hypobaric or barometric explosive, you know? If you can aerate it and explode it, it becomes a huge bomb.
You're talking about a hypertonic?
No, it's not too mixed together. It's aerated and exploded. Aerated and ignited, but on its own it's fine.
I know.
Anyways, you guys come up with a couple of good recipes, and Raistlin eventually, over the course of a year of brewing, comes upon a older, middle-aged dwarf, female, in Valadar as you're at a convention brewery competition, and the two of you have entered your newest recipes. This other person's name is Marana Brewax.
Marana!
Hell yeah!
And Marana Brewax is known for collecting ingredients that impart a very light but distinct flavor from the mountains around Valadar. You are known for bright, forward flavors of chemistry that excite the taste buds. And the two of you have come head-to-head in this competition. I need both Raistlin and Marana to make straight... I'm going to call this wisdom checks.
Do you know Marana's wisdom?
Unless you have a toolkit. If you have a brewer's kit, you can use that. Yeah.
I do have brewer supplies.
Okay. So roll wisdom and add your wisdom modifier, obviously, and then add your proficiency. Same for you.
Fuck yeah.
And what? This. So you want to add? You'd be a plus 11 to yours.
No, like higher.
So your brewing run.
Whatever proficiency.
Your proficiency.
You would be proficient.
No, it would be
What am I rolling again?
6.
Wisdom
6.
plus.
Because she's level 20.
Add your proficiency and your wisdom. Yours.
Because you don't have Marana's not super wide, right? But you have plus 6
But
proficiency.
your
got
Master brewer.
You would.
But you
I'm
also
gonna
have
say-
a lot of
I got a
experience.
10.
I'm gonna say double your proficiency to your wisdom. Would you roll?
No shit. Ryan, what did you roll? Total?
I got a 4,
Plus,
and then add my proficiency for 10.
you got a 10.
What did
So
Moran again?
the two of you go head to head, and your final glasses, and they're in front of the judges, and they sip from each, and they spit it out.
Ryan and his proficiency too, because he's got the
Good.
Oh, I thought you just added his wisdom.
Ryan, your total was a 10 with your wisdom and proficiency, right? With your brewer's kit?
Yeah, I rolled
yeah.
a wisdom check and then added my proficiency.
Okay,
to the total
perfect.
of 10.
And your wisdom. Oh, okay.
So this competition, there's it's 60% dwarves, and there's a cacophony chanting, "More ale, more ale, more ale." And then there's a smaller contingency in the crowd that's yelling, "Boom brew, boom brew." It's a little bit quieter and drowned out by the boisterous dwarves, but you, after tasting both, the boom brew, while well liked, and everyone likes an underdog, but the judges have to settle on the more finesse flavors of the more ale, and Morana Brewax takes the stage as the champion of the Adarath brewing competition, first annual.
Are we both up there
Yes.
with like cups?
Yeah.
Raffle and hexes are.
Together.
Morana, the always experimenting, goes and takes the boom brew that you've come up with and her more ale with the new added ingredient and combines the two.
I like pour it all into one cup and then pour it all into another cup and then have 2 cups and cheers with you.
Jeez.
Heck yeah.
This is gonna
Hell
be
yeah.
delicious.
Try them together.
I don't care what anyone says, it's delicious.
Hell yeah.
Pregnant Nori loves it.
Yep.
So she pours you a cup and cheerses with you, Raistlin.
Like,
I cheers with her and chug it down.
yeah.
I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Awesome.
What's a 20 modifier?
5. Yeah. Are you proficient in con?
I think so.
So plus 6.
Plus
Oh
6.
yeah.
What's her say? What class?
She's
23.
Moran's a barbarian.
Yep, barbarians are proficient.
Yeah.
15.
15. So Morana downs it and you down it and you're both looking at each other. She's got a big smile on her face. And you see Morana's, she's got a stout dwarven form and her belly momentarily goes boom. And then
Yes.
you get a little bit of heartburn for a second. You look down and your belly goes boom. And you immediately vomit all over the stage. The two ales combining into a hypergolic formula inside your
Shut
stomach,
up.
immediately
Hell yeah.
creating a sort of a jet fuel.
Someone smokes a
Morana
cigarette.
Love it.
burps a little bit, and you get the faint taste of ash, whiskey, and elderflower from the mountains. And then the last little bit is you like after you belch, you sniff your own belch a little bit.
What is that?
It smells like a queen bee.
Oh shit.
What?
Queen bee. She's the queen bee.
It smells like a queen bee a little bit. Raistlin, you recover almost immediately after throwing up. You feel so much better. In fact, for that day, you would gain advantage on any roll you would ever make.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Shut up.
The competition having ended, Raistlin and Morana becoming fast friends after the after the competition and touring the city of Valadar, the dwarven ancient first city of.
She'll show you around.
Yeah.
She's got a badge. She can go everywhere.
Yep. She's a honorary shield maiden. And I think we would move on to Zanifi after that.
Dun dun dun.
I don't see her video anymore, but she's still on.
Anna, we love you.
So Anna, I have.
Eavesdrop, really. How's it going?
Good.
How are you?
Good. Glad you could make the
Yeah,
end.
my new computer though. How's it look, Ryan?
It looks
It
awesome.
looked good, yeah.
Yeah, your
it looks
picture's really good.
from this end, too.
So if you'd like, I've got narrated and edited for you, and you can interject or change or whatever.
No. Yeah, roll with it because I don't even really know what's going on.
All right.
Tristan and Nori's moms are lesbians. That's what's going on.
And Percy has 15 kids.
That's what we take away from this 2.5-year
What
campaign.
did
There's a couple of
Anna say?
lesbians.
Hang on, what did Anna say? Oh no, she's
I'm
drinking.
surprised, so it's an easy.
Fuck yes, I love Zanifi.
So
If you went that route, Ariel.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
that was
So
mine.
Zanifi,
yeah.
Zanifi, a while back teleported away, having realized what's going on and where you guys were going. There were more books that clicked in the back of her head. She's decided she could do more at a different location and got a bit consumed. You guys didn't see her for a while. You guys didn't see a Teth for a while. Renarius popped in every once in a while, wondering where they might be, asking you about them. But Zanifi and a Teth left after the battle because they had been studying together. A Teth feeling a pang of guilt, but unable to fight the attraction. She went with Zanifi, having both of them being concerned for each other's well-being. They originally hid away, becoming recluses and retiring to a quiet life by the sea outside of Thornheart. They lived in a quaint little cottage for a while, with a view of the ocean and a well-kept garden. Zanifi had given up her professorship, but she continued her research on divination magic and checked in on you all periodically. She published a few papers during that time. No, not yet. And they were seen as remarkable breakthroughs in divination at the time, and while that remains a fact, no one was quite able to reach Zanifi to have any sort of discourse on the fact. She was just throwing it out there. And she would be considered sort of an Einstein of the time for her divination studies on her own without any other influence. But she, in fact, her and a Teth make multiple discoveries showing a connection between teleportation and divination, and they open up a whole new field of study. And they own, the two of them together eventually end up creating their own wizard college. In the meantime, they uncover Zanifi is requested as a guest lecturer at various wizard colleges throughout the material plane, and she's treated almost as a mythical sort of entity. But a Teth always eases the public and makes them realize she is a normal person and a tiny gnome. She has sort of an Indiana Jones sort of persona to her as she goes out recklessly discovering new things. But she doesn't boast or talk about her discoveries. You guys check in on her, and she checks in on you, and you can ask her what's going on, and she'll tell you about the new onion that just popped up in the garden.
Also, if she needs help, she knows who to ask.
Her and Ateth eventually reconnect with Renarius and become a throuple.
Shut up! That's amazing.
And they don't actually have any kids together, but they adopt. They accumulate a large number of both dragonborn and dinosaurs. They establish regular trade between the Lost Island and your place, and so they actually don't create so much as a zoo as like a sanctuary.
I love it.
It's like a hobby.
I
farm
imagine
kind of
Ellie
thing.
is a frequent visitor there.
100%. She loves Zanifi.
Ateth and Zanifi and Renarius refer to all the dinosaurs and the adopted dragonborn as their children. And anyone correcting them of that fact is immediately put in a force cage.
Yes, as they should be. Just fuck them.
And there are some circles in Adarath and the world beyond that they are eventually, over the course of years, even a decade, are known as the Dragon Ladies.
Awesome.
And they have the sanctuary near the sea. They do warn Ellie not to show up unexpectedly because there are some carnivorous dinosaurs that get easily surprised, but Ellie does not take it to heart and immediately calms emotions and speaks to animals. Ducky and Ducky and Raistlin's Triceratops are frequent visitors to the place, and the rest of the River Syx group is always welcome.
Oh yeah, we bring our kids there.
Zanifi and Ateth and Renarius have a happy long rest of their life. Zanifi continues to knit.
Yes, she does.
She knits a lot until the day she dies, which is like 600 years later. But no one ever figures out exactly what she's been trying to make with the knitting over all these years.
Oh.
I mean,
she dies at a very old age in the arms of her love, Ateth. Renarius close by, listening to the ocean and the sounds of happy dinosaurs. How'd I do?
Yeah,
Anna?
sounds good. Good job, Ariel.
Awesome. So, as we said, your backstory, everyone visits and whatever Zanifi is willing to teach them, whether it's parlor tricks or more. There's only one of your children that takes a shine to the divination magic. A half elf. What's their name?
You got 17 kids.
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Okay.
Dirty.
Little half elf Sanchez
Shut the
seems
fuck
to
up.
have
I'm fine with our names now.
seems to have a penchant for
We shouldn't
divination
say
magic.
Irvine.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Must've been like
wasn't
the last
my
kid when they
wasn't
were running
wasn't
out of
Percy's name.
I feel like
It was Venice.
Florence.
That was
Florence.
Venice.
I feel like there's a Percy Jr.
probably.
Hell. No, it's like Percy the second.
Yeah.
That's
It wouldn't be
Junior.
junior.
It's Percival, so it'd be like.
I mean, in her
Percival
drugged up
Milo.
state while she was giving birth, she said, "This is Sanchez."
This is Sanchez.
Yep, it is Sanchez.
You guys.
Exactly.
All right.
Trevor Bellman's voice actor is Richard.
There was one more thing I wanted to add for Raistlin.
Go for it.
Epilogue, and
Hell yeah.
That he, after studying under Raistlin for a year and becoming more proficient with explosives, he decided that he doesn't really have a need to blow things up anymore, but he does love fireworks, and to celebrate the first year anniversary of our conquest over Zala, he puts on a huge fireworks display at the brewery.
I'm gonna need a
Big
dexterity, just
Yeah,
a straight
I'll-
dexterity
no,
check.
I'll send it over to you and we'll modify from there.
Done.
Yeah, 'cause I got some ideas.
Plus it's on the
12.
way under the oak tree.
12.
Alright. Oh,
Yeah.
Oak trees get far a good way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the fireworks display goes off without a hitch
Two-story.
until the very last big ass mortar you were gonna send off.
Are you listening?
So,
house.
the 1 year
I'm excited.
anniversary, everyone's gathered around, the trees blowing in the wind, everyone's partying in the streets. Sigmund pops into existence out of nowhere,
Oh,
Yes, he
right.
I
does.
love Sigmund.
and
Forgot about that bear.
he starts a big orchestral sort of band
Yes,
that
he
just
does.
snikes its way through the trees.
The
He
Mary.
says, "I'm here to party." And
For
the
band of
last
necessity.
mortar, the Raistlin's last mortar goes off, and it goes up about 10 feet in the air,
Uh-oh.
and boom! It explodes, but it's not a fiery explosion. Something you put in here caused it to transmutate, and the entire town is showered in regular beer.
What?
It just rains for a straight hour, and a cloud forms over the town and just rains beer.
I know it's not
Nice.
important, but Ellie, while Sigmund is walking through town, would like to climb up and ride on his shoulders.
Hell yeah, she
And then when the beer
Come on up, little one. He
when the
picks you
beer
up,
rain
puts
comes
him on
down,
his
she's
shoulder.
just like laying there on him,
Yeah.
drinking it.
It's like a music
Raining
video.
beer. He's like, "Haha, did I do this?"
Come, my Ellie. Come, my Ellie.
Shut up.
Play with
Sigmund
your
has no
Sigmund
idea
sugar,
whether
baby.
it was him or not. He's just,
Oh.
it's party time.
Side note, our second child, Ellie's the godmother.
Ellie's the godmother of the second
yeah.
child. All right.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
It gets an extra special.
As,
No,
as the
Black Mamba.
everyone starts having children and whatnot, and all the kids especially love the fireworks, Raistlin will continue the tradition and try to one-up
Oh, no.
himself every year.
Yes.
So the fireworks display, every celebration, every anniversary,
You-
it gets better and bigger and
Yeah.
better and bigger every year until it's one of the biggest celebrations and fireworks displays on the continent.
Yes.
You isolate the ingredient and the mixture that created the beer cloud, and you manage to recreate it for a couple of years, and then everyone's like, kind of like, all right, beer cloud, neat, whatever. And so you mix it up, and over the next 3 or 4 years after that, you start doing the first one. You come up with this margarita cloud, and the
Oh,
entire
I'm
town
there.
it rains margaritas.
I'm there.
Hell
and the
yeah.
next-
Coffee Ritos.
Coffee.
I vote for a mimosa song.
yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely at that one.
Hell yeah.
I'm at all of
the
them,
next
but yes.
one, the next one takes some elven intervention with the fine aging of champagne, and you create a mimosa cloud. The next year,
Yeah.
you travel with Ellie to one of the more tropical zones and isolate the part of the orange that can be propagated through a chemical reaction throughout, and you have a mimosa cloud. And finally, by the end, you have you are able to create large explosive clouds that just generate like 100 gallons of pure, excellent scotch or whatever cocktail people are wanting. And
Amazing.
you are like a mixologist of explosive partying.
Hell yes, he is. That's
And you
epic.
guys drinking my water at work. Thanks, guys.
I'm drinking champagne out of a coffee mug for you.
Yeah.
They're like the same.
Hell yeah.
Oh, they are kind of the same.
Oh, they are. All right.
Holy shit.
That's all I got, guys.
Good stuff, guys.
Really,
Hell yeah.
that's it.
I mean, I can do more lesbian
Oh,
stuff.
also, guys.
And so ends the story of the River Syx until the